prison wishing us well bankrupt. A L and expendables, cause it's hard to believe I can fit all of them boys in one. And the streets start trembling. It's way too many it seems. Too many witnesses. Up and down with their visions of what a street is. I call it the seesaw syndrome. Ever ask me, am I here to replace Guru?
Word? That's how you feel up on this track? Little try on that.
What you trying to rap now?
Yeah, yo, Royce.
What up, man?
We just lamping in the studio, you know, doing our thing.
Okay.
Bugging out, you know.
So, just 5 games.
So, I need you to speak with your hands. On the count of 3. Everybody now, 1, 2, 3, go!
Talk to him. Who stepped up in this rap game and seen acting fool?
Me and Preem, both names go together. A lot of frontin' like they ill.
Word. I think it's time to move on to the next one. I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
Hit on my laps in the gym, the sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain. These are actions of men. My teammate is a warrior, got my back to the end. My offense is God sent. You gon' have to defend. My crossover is vicious, I got more swagger than him. Hit the bottom of the net or the back of the rim. Your style is a flagrant foul. Your score, I'ma take it down. All of your trash talking was pointless. Say it now, you slacking and go.
To the master builder, the new millennium, Hiram Smith. Gotta watch what I say to you, so I code my station.
We gotta be better at containing the basketball. Let's set up in some one-on-one full court. You know the drill. Intensity. Intensity! Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go. All right, fellas, good practice. I need that same intensity out here consistently. The coaching staff will be around if you need anything.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Phoenix Suns. For the Suns, it's been all about winning games right now. Over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good sense of what this team is capable of. When they're on, which they have been consistently, they are an excellent unit. Now, if you want to see a stat sheet stuffer, you're going to want to keep your eyes on Freak in this one. He's been putting up a number of double-doubles in this recent outing, Shaq.
You know, Freak knows that he can do more than just be a scorer on this team. He's a great passer. He's a great leader, especially for a young guy. He's looking for a shot. He's being active all the time, and he's really helping the others play at a high level, Ernie.
I haven't seen a guy like this come into the league in a long time. Ernie.
Stop it.
I'm serious. Not a guy like this who has multiple ways to impact the game, Shaq. Not just one way. He's exactly.
It's a West versus East contest here in the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, as the Bulls play one at home. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. A good game here would get this road trip started confidently for the Suns. Well, they come into every game with confidence, and this game is no different. Two elite teams put each other to the test, certainly every time they meet. A lot on the line in this one, though.
Kevin, this team has really actually come out of nowhere to impress everybody with how they played thus far.
And there really was no reason for them to be on anyone's radar. I mean, coming into the season, most other teams looked a whole lot better, quite frankly, on paper, but that's why we play the game.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Freak in at point guard. Warren is out there with Cody Zeller. And it's Chandler, and it's Bledsoe in at the 2.
Yeah, baby. Chicago ball.
And so here is Chicago. It's a three-point game. Back to Heinrich. He kicks to Rose. Gasol, a screen on Bledsoe. Rose against Bledsoe. With the floater, shot is off. Chicago on defense. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And really, I just felt like they didn't compete, particularly on the backboard, probably their weakest area in that game.
Well, they weren't doing their work early. They weren't carving out space for themselves under the glass, and guys just weren't working hard enough in my estimation.
Bledsoe against Heinrich. Passes it to Gasol. Rose with the ball. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against New York. And so just over a minute and a half played. Now here's Freak. He's covered by Rose. Now Freak. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Dallas. 5 to shoot. Launches it. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Rose dishes to Heinrich. Pass to D'Alembert. Back to Heinrich. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Heinrich's got his first points of the game.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Freak. 8 points for him. Back to Bledsoe. Fires the 3. Rebound by Rose. Bulls trail by 4. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What'd you find out, DB?
He told me that they'll have their work cut out for them looking to score inside with the elite shot blocker and defender Tyson Chandler patrolling the paint. He said he was the Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He's got length, mobility, toughness, and the want to. He brings effort and communication defensively, and you can't forget about him at the other end either. An improved shooter, and he can definitely finish. Kevin, a ton of respect for what Chandler brings to the table.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Heinrich. After T.J. Warren's miss, he tries for 3. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Suns leading by 4. Freak passes to Chandler. Now here's Freak. T right on him. McDermott with the double team. Freak with it, and Rose picks him up defensively.
Yeah, baby.
And so here's Phoenix. Shot clock at 6. And a wide open look for Freak. Drains it from beyond the arc. Freak's got 11 points.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
This is the Rose. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Freak with it, working on Rose. Bledsoe kicks to Freak. Money from the wing. He's got 13.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Dallenberg sets a screen for Rose. Rose with another miss.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
And another 3 from Freak. Freak's got 16.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Moment now to see the stats for Pau Gasol. What a run he's been on. Up about 17 points, 11 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Yeah, you know, you just plug him in. He's a flat-out scoring machine. When you plug him up, let him go.
Now here's Rose. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Here's the Suns with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Here's Freak. Pulls up. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Boy, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Heinrich against Bledsoe. And here's Rose outside. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Now Rose following the three-point attempt by Freak. Nice D from Freak.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he is not.
Freak's got 21.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
Rose can't get that one to fall.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
The 3-ball. And again, the triple from Freak. 24 points for him.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, during that break, Coach Byron Scott had some words for his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Freak. That may be a strategy that comes as a little bit of a surprise, but Coach is showing a lot of confidence in his ability to produce an outstanding effort today. So still in the opening quarter, and already some adjustments being made. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. Now, Freak, following the three-point attempt by Nikola Mirotic. They get it back. Sanders, the basket drop. And he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Brooks with no one around. And again, Chicago, no good. Suns leading by 20. Here's Freak. Another one falls for Phoenix.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
They need to stop this run.
You know what, Kev? I think it's time to switch some things up, either by going to your bench or with a different look defensively to disrupt their rhythm.
Now here's McDermott. They really needed more from him in that loss to New York. Bass with a screen for Brooks. Brooks can't get that one to fall.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Here's Freak. No good on the three. Well, the Bulls shooting pretty grave so far, about 23%. And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Here's Mirotic. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Freak. 26 points for him. Over in the corner. Lure. Now here's Freak. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Talk about a terrific game for Freak. He's got 26 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
And, Clark, you can tell they're good right now when the ball leaves his hand. He has racked up a ton of points.
And both free throws good from Freak. Bulls trail by 21. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. Knight against Rivers. McDermott, no one around him. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Freak dishes to Sanders. And it's good. Sanders has got his second bucket of the night.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Phoenix leading by 21. And here's Freak. And he has 28 points for the game. That's good.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Brooks kicks to Mirotic. Mirotic the screen. Brooks the pass to McDermott. The feed to Rivers. McDermott with the screen for Rivers. Shot clock at 5. Fires from deep. And it's Freak with the rebound. Freak's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first. There's a good screen. Pulls it up. Can't get it to go. Now Chicago takes it the other way. The Suns beat them last time these two teams met in Phoenix.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
They got worked over on the boards. That's about as plain as I can put it. You can't leave your teammates on an island down there. You need everybody.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Samuel Dallenberg, who's checked in for Bass. Gasol comes in for McDermott. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Austin Rivers. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. Heinrich and Rose, the guards. Pau Gasol is out there at Mirotic. And it's Dallenberg in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And that's really using the double team against the defense there and creating that pinpoint passing to attack.
Outside Rose. Lets it go from 11. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Rose has got 6.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
Freak kicks to Zeller. And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Outside Rose. Bledsoe comes over to help. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Dallenberg. Shot is no good. Nice D from Chandler.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more. He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Rose goes in. Chandler with the block. And they're able to recover. Back to Rose. From deep. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. 9 points for Derrick Rose. Suns leading by 23. Here's Freak. Some solid defense from Gasol.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle. They're knocking down the long-range shots. A lot of those same shots they missed earlier in the first quarter. They still find themselves down here, but they're starting to make some headway into that deficit. And he does it again. What can you say? The defense continues to allow him to get open out there. They've got to know that he can knock down that shot. Put somebody on him.
Back to Rose. Bledsoe with the rebound.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Great communication on the alley-oop.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
The Bulls have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter.
Timeout for the Bulls.
Timeout. Start it. Come on, fellas, we got to pick up the pace.
Spates checked in for Phoenix.
See an open look, you got to take it. You have to make them play at our tempo.
Substitution for the Suns. Maurice Spates.
Heinrich against Bledsoe. And it's Rose. This time the assist by Heinrich. Heinrich's got 3 assists tonight.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
From deep. Chicago grabs the miss. Gasol's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Now here's Rose. D right on him. He dishes it to Heinrich. Clock at 6. Pass to Dallenberg. Shot from 16. Bledsoe with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And it's Freak missing. Bulls have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Here's Heinrich, and too long on the shot. Phoenix leading by 23. Freak with it. He's got 36. That's good.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Chicago's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Gasol, it's good. This time the assist from Rose. Gasol's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Mavericks put together a nice one. He had 21 points, and there didn't seem to be much you could do to stop him, shooting efficiently from both the field and the foul line. He had a great game in all facets, and his coach called it a complete game of basketball. High praise to be sure, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that win.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time. You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
Assist from Freak.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Outside Rose. Lets a floater go. Now Freak. He has 40. Outside for Bledsoe. Again, Phoenix.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Gasol dishes to Rose. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 14 points for Derrick Rose.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. Fourth, the Bulls.
One of the better rebounding teams in the league, especially on the offensive end. They never take that for granted in terms of whether the shot's going in.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Brandon Bass is checked in for Dallenberg. Doug McDermott comes in for Pau Gasol. Rivers, he's checked in for Kirk Heinrich. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
Here's Freak. To the left wing, kicks to Zeller. Now here's Freak. Picked by Zeller. Freak passes to space. The 19-foot shot. Another one falls for Phoenix. Chicago's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. And the foul called on Freak. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Already he's looking at his third foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the third quarter.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Larry Sanders is checked in for Spates. John Lure comes in for Cody Zeller. And it's Booker in for Warren. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. His last 10 games have been exceptional. He's averaging 47 points, 13 assists, and over 3.5 steals. And you look at his gaudy steal numbers, defensively, he makes his presence felt on every possession.
And you know what I like about it, Greg, is he gets great position, then uses those quick, strong mitts of his to rip the ball out of there.
Here's McDermott, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Suns.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And that's what's created a rhythm for them offensively. That's also why you see them knocking down that mid-range jump shot.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. The Suns shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. And here's Freak. He has 40. Throws it up high, and Sanders throws it down.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
For Chicago, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. Mirotic, the screen. Here's McDermott, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. 6 points for Doug McDermott.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Freak kicks to Sanders, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You take a look at the Cavaliers. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, Chicago just way behind.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they've done a good job staying relevant this season. I mean, I was concerned they'd suffer a drop-off, but give them credit. They've hung in here in this playoff race.
Yeah, I think it's been a good showing for them. I mean, they should feel very good about their position going into the postseason.
Freak with it. There's the screen. To the inside. And Sanders throws it down.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Chicago's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And the foul called on Freak. That will get him his 4th.